Thank you, Annie. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Twisted Thursday. Hope you all are having a good day and have had a good week thus far. Oh, me, oh, my, oh, my, oh, me. Squatties, what are we going to do? We're going to be so well fed, we're not going to be able to walk by the weekend. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is just giving us more and more and more joy. Okay. Let me just start out with, let me go through my little list here. Some comments. Let's see. Annie, channel member, aka Sussex Squad bartender. Yes. Karma 52. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Lydia, channel member. Thank you for listening on replay, as well as the super sticker, which you don't have to do because you are a member. Love you though. To my sis Elise, thank you for being in and giving a thumbs up and bananas and everything else. So Ray, hello to you, channel member. So just have to give thanks and hello to everyone. Hey, Black Queen, how are you? I hope you are well. We chatted up just a little bit before it started. Hey, Fancy, how you doing? Who else? Hey, W. Ed, how are you? I hope you are well. Hey, sis, Hilda, channel member, how are you? Julian, how are you? I hope you are well. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy. Life is good. We all could complain about something, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Evelyn, how are you? Let me see. Hey, C-Mac, how you doing? Melina, how you doing? Ooh, from Africa. Hello there. How are you? Hey, Elizabeth. B10, how are you? Angela, how you doing? Okay, everybody's coming in. Hello to everybody. All right. While that is still playing, and it should be ending shortly, I wanted to do the disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. Okay, let me get some other little music up that I had selected. All right. So, having read all that, and the thumbnail being as such, I wanted to continue the conversation just a little bit on the misconception of ambition. As we are finding out today, congrats to the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, for the top podcast on Spotify. Yay! Woo! All right. Squad was going to turn up, as well as the derangers that like to listen and don't want to because they're trying to. The only way to rate the podcast is that you have to listen to it. So, yeah, we see what y'all are doing. But thank you for helping us get her to number 1. Yeah. Which is huge because it knocked out Joe Rogan, who has been in that spot for I don't even know how long. But anyway, moving right along. Let me just check the comments really quickly. Hi, Doris. How are you? Okay. So, with regard to the misconception of ambition, when it comes down to women primarily, there is this whole that you should be a mother or a wife or both type thing. Cookies and Cream channel member, how are you? So I am going to get back a little bit into the movie reviews. Mrs. S, this is for you also, okay? But I wanted to just continue on the energy of the podcast because it is one powerful one, and hopefully everyone has had a chance to hear it more than one time or read the transcript. Links to the podcast as well as the transcript are in the description. With regard to the Misconception of Ambition, one of my favorite movies, hopefully you all have seen it. If not, that you'll get a chance to, is Mona Lisa Smile. I like the movie because it's like a period based movie where it's in the 50s. And basically the only ambition that a woman should have had then is, and going to school because they were in college, is for their MRS. So when we look at the women today, looking at what Megan goes through, being called gold digger, all this other stuff, when she's just working. She found love, thankful for them. But even with that, it was considered she's what is the wording they were using? Like she's uppity, which we all know that term. Well, we should know how that connotation of that term is meant when it comes to Black, biracial women in white spaces, so to speak. So the podcast was Tuesday, and this movie came on shortly after I listened to it. And I kind of was, like, wow, all right, there's a message here. I'm going to take it and run with it. So if you look at, they had back then etiquette classes where they were teaching the young girls. This is, again, their ambition. Although they're in college, which is supposed to be higher education, they were being taught how to prepare meals, etiquette, in order to entertain their husbands' bosses when the time came. So, you get that call. Hi, what are you doing? Oh, what's for dinner? By the way, the boss is coming. It was set up in that regard. And this was a credited class, and it kind of takes you back. I kind of clutch my pearls a little bit because someone who, went to school in the 90s, yes, college-wise, that was never even a thing. Even home ec. I'm aging myself a little bit. But the home ec class that we had in high school wasn't even to this degree of, okay, girls, you have to do this, and this is all that you should prepare for. We were like, okay, you can fix this meal, you can do this, but the world is your oyster. That's really, I think our generation is just kind of swept through, because my mother told me that once the only opportunities truly given were either a teacher or a nurse or a secretary. And so when I was getting to that age of determining what I wanted to be, she was like, please, not nursing. And while it was her career, it really wasn't a choice that she had, if that makes sense. So, and looking at the discussion that Megan had with Serena, who also, tennis was not a choice that she ever had. It was just made for her. So, one that she says is she's glad the universe made and made way for her to attain the level that she has. But I just wonder why the misconception of ambition is still a thing. Why women have to always explain themselves. Well, why do you want to do that? Don't you want to get married? And once you get married, the first thing, I mean, I had people at my reception. So when are you going to have children? It was like, did we not just say I do like 30 minutes ago? It was just mind blowing. So society as a whole just seems to lock us into a box, and they're not trying to let that box go. And I don't know, is there anything that we can do to ever break free of the ugly connotations that ambition has? Because again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to strive for more. Now, don't get me wrong. If family, having a husband, having children was a goal, great. But for those who may want more in addition to family, or those who choose not to have a family and just want to work on their career or whatever, why is that such an issue with people? Can't we just live our lives? Can't we just go about life? Finding our way, making our way, as long as we're not hurting and tearing other people down in the meantime, or stepping on a lot of heads to get there. I know that we hear a lot, especially here in the US, that ceilings are broken, especially when it comes down to like the office of the presidency. So mind you, Camilla is not in that seat yet. But even when Hillary was running, it was one of oh my gosh, the glass ceiling. Oh, it just when you look at the time frame, you're like, really, this is something we're still striving for, or it has to be made such a big deal about, when it should just be somewhat a matter of fact. Women are smart. We are in many aspects no different than our counterparts, men. So what's wrong with having goals in life, ambitions? It boggles my mind. And I just wanted to talk about it, babble on, you know what I mean, about that, since it is Twisted Thursday, but looping in this movie that someone my age watching how in the 50s, a woman who, Julia Roberts' character, really bucked the system. She hadn't married right out of high school or right out of college. She had been engaged, but the war happened and that changed things. And, even in college, these women they had like buggy races. So you would think in college that you're thinking of like partying and all that, but different time frame. And they were having their buggy races where someone had gotten engaged, and here they are pushing them down the hill in a baby carriage and tipping them into the water. And that was like the biggest thing, and everybody's cheering. And it was like, her character was like horrified, like, what in the world is going, like, there's so much more to life than that. And she tried to instill that in her, the class that she was teaching, art history. And, towards the end, they realized, hey, I'm a lot more than just what my parents want. One girl married the guy to marry, but he didn't really love her. They were doing it. He did it out of obligation. Parents say this is who you should marry. And so that's who married. That's who he married. She was in love with him. He wasn't in love with her. And, hence the big D comes into play. But back then that was so unheard of. Again, she wanted to go on to school. And actually, there was a part that she was horrified that her one friend was considering going on to law school. And it was like, girl, get your life. I mean, she was like, you're going to mess up your life. You know, you're about to get engaged and married. And it's just, have we come far enough away that the only ambition we tie to little girls is that they should get married and have families? Have we completely broken that away? Or is that still so tightly woven into society that is something that we may never be able to get away from? I really, really hope those that are parents or in that role will be able to instill in little girls that you can be anything you want to be. And don't ever let someone stop you. You know, there's lots of words. On Twitter, I see Simone Biles, gymnast, for those that may not know her name. She's very active on there and she's very outspoken. So, um, which I love because it gives a different side. You know, we have this thing when we see our athletes on TV and we cheer them on, and you see the true human side of them. And I'm glad she allows us to see that part of her, because she's more than just the gymnastics, and now she has a little love in her life, and but she's still tying everything together versus this is the only goal that I have and that's it. But if that was her only goal, kudos to her. Um, you know, with Serena, you figure at her age, she's like, I'm going to have to put aside what I've always done for the last 20 years and then focus on building my family. And yeah, it's just kind of like, wow, sad, very, very sad. So I think I've rambled on, but let me just see what the comments are saying here. Hey, Scratch and Pete, how are you? Hey, Sam, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Jacko, how are you? So, Wellness with Frugal Mama, you said no, that it'll never be anything that we'll be able to overcome or push beyond, which, you know, I'm on the other side of the mountain in a sense. So I would hope that one day, or should we come back, you know, for those that believe in that, you know, maybe we can change a little bit if we can hopefully change a little bit of that. Dolores Angela is saying Meghan is slapping down the Queen and Kate. They're not even worth slapping down. I'm just saying. Meghan didn't do anything different in a sense than what those women did. She married, she had children right away. So that's what royal brides usually do. And that has nothing to do with ambition, but that marrying Harry wasn't Meghan's ambition. I won't say that for the other. Okay. Moving right along for I really sidetrack this, but you know. Catherine, Hillary Clinton and Vice President Kamala Harris, a special Thanksgiving podcast with her mother. Yes. Oh, and I hope you all are keeping track that, you know, this coming podcast for Meghan will be, you know, with Mariah Carey. Mm-hmm. And there's lots of goodies coming up. We're going to be well fed through this first, I will say, season of Archetypes. Yes, it's going to be very, 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 very good. Just have that feeling. Gwendolyn, how are you? I hope you're having a good evening. And I appreciate all of you who are able to join right now. I did change the time only because work was starting to get a little bit crazy and I didn't want to be too distracted with trying to get back to that. But cookies and cream, unfortunately, that patriarchal mindset is tightly woven into society. It's sad because it's sad. But hopefully we're our generation, the generation that's coming behind us, and that the generation that you all raised and are raising will be able to combat some of that in a sense. Because even though it is one thing that we see for women, it still starts with men. So if the males that we raise, although I said we, but the males that we raise are raised with that mindset of, hey, this isn't just the goal of a girl or whatever, like love her for who she is at when the time that you meet her. If she's a CEO of her own business, hey, kudos to her. If she doesn't want kids, hey, that's a determination that you have to make. Some are just not meant or want all the picket, the white picket fence and the dog and the one car, two car, or three car garage. So yeah. Annie, yes, these other podcasts will be great too. Yeah. Issa Rae, it's gonna, oh my gosh, she's got so many good ones that are coming up. So I just wanted to babble about that really and just kind of keep the conversation of the misconception of ambition going. I don't know if many of you even dealt with it when you were growing up. What do you want to be? And then you might have said it, and then it's like, oh, well, why do you want to be that? Like the question mark is there, like something's wrong, which then makes you second guess. And then, did you choose the direction that you really wanted to go in, or were you led because of society? Hello there, Anne. How are you? I'm going to say Anne. Oh, look at that. Hey, Serenity Studio Art, aka Happy Dance Lady. How are you? um, hey Ben. Whoa. Hey Max V World. How are you? Um, Again, I appreciate you all coming in. I don't really have much more to go through. I don't know if anybody else has any other. Watch the movie Mona Lisa Smile if you get a chance. It's a good movie. There's a lot of little intricacy storylines in there, and I'm not going to tell you all of it, but the main one is just dare to be more than what society has put the chokehold around your neck on. So that is all I really had. Let me see. I just want to. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear you're good. I appreciate you coming in. I'm catching some of you at the right time. I never know what time to. On the Saturdays, I know I do my lives at 11, which is hecka early for those on the West and really late for those outside the U.S. So I do apologize. Gwendolyn was a great movie with Julia. Yeah, it was. It was the unexpected movie. Like, you first start out seeing it, and I saw bits and pieces, and then I finally watched the whole thing, and then yeah, it's one of those I DVR'd. It's one of my favorites. Um, Making sure I'm not missing any other comments. And hello to anyone I may have missed. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but just wanted to say hello. Let me see, Dolores. It's time for us to step up if we want things done. True. Very, very true. Very true. Oh, and thank you, Jacko. I appreciate that. Um, let's see. Sam, this time is perfect for me when chilling on evening and no editing is required tonight. Oh, okay. Look at you. You must do editing late because it's what, 10:25 there? Aren't you like 5 hours ahead of us right now? I never know what the time difference. I think it's 5. Might be more. Cookies and cream. A lot of men are threatened by an accomplished, independent, intelligent, creative, industrious, tenacious woman. hmm One that may be king one day. And yes, I said maybe. Okay. Annie, having ambition is a good thing. It is. It really is. Little fortitude, a little backbone, B10 is like, that's right, Annie. Yeah, it is. And I hope you all, accomplish your goals. I hope the younger ones that you raised or raising will accomplish their goals that they have set, male and especially female. So, you know how Megan is. It's important for us to have a voice, but it's also important for those of our counterparts to listen. And if you don't want to, we'll go to another table. Thank you very much. And just know that Sussex Saturday will be off the chain, I'm sure, because I didn't want to get into too much, but yeah, let's just say some derangers are losing their minds. One even deactivated their Twitter account. Like they're just so outdone that the podcast is doing so well. Yeah. Loonies. Loonies. But I'm going to... Did what message? The time coming through or what time it was? I don't know which message are you saying, Sam? Let me see. The UK could be Hollywood of Europe. The UK does not value success. That is why their star live in USA. Eve should be running back home. Sorry to say her son will not thrive in the UK. Ooh, oh my. Well, hopefully. And I look forward to I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. Everyone, let's continue to pray for yes and each other and pray for the world. Exactly. Please do. Hey, the Bud Files, how you doing? I hope you were well. Sam, if you're talking about the specific time, I don't see it. Now, mind you, see, that's another thing. YouTube does strange things from time to time with people's messages. It's weird. I'm glad you look forward to it. But you really look forward to trash time. I already know. I know that's what all of y'all like. All right, everybody. Well, that's all I had. Thank you for joining, listening to me ramble on. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to give a thumbs up and share. And I will be seeing you all very, very soon. Those unroyals had a diamond and they threw it away. Exactly. And, hey, she's shining brighter now than she ever could have being there. So in a way, it's a very, 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 very good thing. Not what they did, but that they left. That was definitely. Sam, but I'm seeing this. So how are your messages not coming through? Type the number. Let me stop. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me see. The unroyal family foolishly lost their most valuable asset. Yeah, but they're trying. Well, they think it's Harry, and they're trying to get Harry back without his family, and his family is Meghan, the children, and Mama Doria, and none of them are going anywhere. So, Well, thank you, Sam, for that great live. I appreciate that. All right, you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, to the point. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Please take care. Please wear your mask. Please be safe out there. See you all around in the YouTube hallway somewhere. One of the many lives, premieres, etc. And take care, everybody. Bye.